Welcome back to another episode of the Cast Patrol podcast. You're joined as always by myself, Mick, Jimmy, and Age. It's good to be back, boys. Last week wasn't here. You were right. You said I wasn't here because I tipped Raiders to get the spoon.
Raiders get pumped.
They got pumped. I'm back on the pod.
Yeah.
So
We knew it.
well done.
We're wondering where you were, Mick, but it's good to have you back on.
I'm back on, and we've painted the walls green for the green machines, and they've let us down. So
Yeah, we had a few comments saying why the wall's green, or it's going to take a bit to get used to.
It's a new look.
Yeah, new look. We had a little
Yeah.
paint job, and
Yeah.
it's for Ricky's. Green
I even
machines.
changed my phone case to green.
There
So
you go.
It's all
So you're
happening.
you're on the, what did we call it last week? The
Raiders Revenge Tour?
Yeah, Raiders Revenge Tour.
I'm on that.
Are you
I'm on
a
it.
leading ambassador?
Leading ambassador after tipping them to get the spoon.
That's good that you came a full circle, Mick.
It happens.
Let's go over the round 3 week that was, the review. First off, Storm Panthers. Is this a little grand final teaser? I know it was a grand final rematch, but do we
Maybe
see
it's
that
rugby
being...
league.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Mate, what a
Cracking
game. What an absolute game of footy. Like, I don't understand. If you don't watch rugby league, mate, honestly. Like,
Give it up.
that is pure.
Like, what else are you doing on your Thursday night?
Oh, mate, seriously.
Thursday
was-
night footy is one of the best of the week because it just sets your week up early.
Yeah, they started with a bang, and especially like Cleary going down.
Carnage.
It was mess. Like Hughes was down, then Storm ran away with it. Panthers come back, arm wrestle. But I thought Panthers were tough and gritty to
No,
stay
they
into
were.
that game without their main man.
Yeah, I thought, when Clear went down, I thought Storm were going to run away with it. But, yeah, like you said, I liked the way that Penrith fought back and almost probably beat the reigning minor premiers.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was more positive for Panthers fans than it was Storm fans, and especially with 2 injuries, Hughes and Meaney.
yeah,
They're big losses.
Yeah.
But they do have good replacements. They get Wishart and they get Anderson going the centres.
Going to the centres,
Warbrick
you can
It's
can
not
play.
the worst.
Anyway.
Shout out to Thomas Jenkins stepping in at fullback and unbelievable. I think he set up 2 tries and
Yeah, he was
pretty much
having a good game.
kick-started that comeback for him.
Yeah, like he definitely exceeded my expectations.
He
There
was
was a
signed-
few
he was signed
lapses
to
in
Ron
defence.
Massey.
Yeah, I know. Signed to Ron Massey.
No.
Plays Cup, then straight into first grade.
At Melbourne.
Against Melbourne at Amy Park,
Yeah.
Because
playing
I
fullback.
always thought he was a decent player when he went across to the Knights, but he just could not get a crack behind. He was like Dom Young and then
Marzu was
Marju was
there,
on their
yeah.
wing. He couldn't get a run. And then,
What do you
Yeah,
think of
fair play to him.
Talangi?
I thought it wasn't his
The
best
halves.
game. I feel like, he definitely didn't play great,
Yeah. I think he had his moments.
which is why he's now on the bench and Talau comes into 7.
Yeah.
But, it's his first game.
Is he a half though? I reckon he's still a fullback. I would have
He
loved
called
to
a
see,
good bomb, and I was like, okay.
I would have loved
maybe
to see him play fullback there.
I think because Laurie was out, it's probably a good chance to do it.
Yeah.
But in
then
saying that, Jenkins
Yeah.
played good, so
The fact that
Ivan
he-
must
yeah.
know something.
the fact that he didn't go in, probably telling sign that Ivan's got his eyes on the 6th role.
Yeah.
Because J. Cole,
He played good.
He was
Solid.
hot and cold. That first half when he missed those 2 kicks out, that was tough.
Yeah, finding touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think he lifted when Cleary was off, and he really took control of that team.
Yeah.
Positive signs for Cole there. And then we had Payne Haas, absolutely carving up your cows, Jimmy. What a machine he is. Is he human?
He's probably the best front rower in the game at the moment.
Probably I've seen in my lifetime.
Like he's just so good.
Yeah.
Like his
It's
post
actually
contact
not
meters.
fair.
So he did 23 runs for 214 meters, 72 post contacts, scored a try, probably could have had a double in there as well. Robson did a miracle tackle.
Yeah,
at the
great
line.
tackle there, saved the
And
try.
36 tackles, played for 70 minutes as well.
That try he scored though, that's your under 7 stuff.
Yeah.
Where you just give it to the biggest bloke in the field and he just runs
runs around the
through.
fullback. Like,
yeah, it's just like I don't know what was going
for
on
a
there.
guy that size, he has so much speed, so much skill. It's just not fair.
I watched that try over and over, and that one play probably summed up how your season's going so
Probably,
far.
yeah.
Cotter, 0 effort, puts an arm out like that.
Yeah.
Tamalolo just
Cotter
backpedals,
thought
doesn't
he
want
was
to mark.
Yeah.
And
Cotter-
McLean's just standing there. And then Drinky's flat-footed.
Yeah, Drinky gets
Mate,
burned.
if I was
doesn't even lay
drinking,
a
I'd
finger on
probably
him.
flat foot as well.
Do you reckon he did it on purpose? Like,
Mate,
oh
honestly-
shit, I'm gonna rush up. Oops,
Yeah,
you're
no.
through.
And mate, he's fasting as well, Haas.
Yeah, he's doing
doing
Ramadan as well.
Mate, he's-
So he probably had to fast the whole day and then had like a meal before the game, maybe.
Meal.
But
Yeah, who
you know,
knows?
he seems to lift during Ramadan. I don't know if it's a thing, but yeah, from the
Yeah.
past history, he's been unreal during these
I
months.
mean, whatever
this month.
Madge is doing up there,
It's
like,
working.
is 100% working. Like his minutes are obviously improved from last year. He's playing big minutes.
72 minutes. That's not sustainable.
Not sustainable, but I think, if it's working for Madge and he's not tired, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he's playing that again for a while.
Mm.
But yeah, he can play massive minutes, depending on the game and like how close it is. Because you guys were gritty. You stayed in there. You put up a good fight.
Yeah.
But they were just always like
need to play
one
80
try
minutes.
ahead. Yeah.
At the moment, we're probably playing about 40.
Mm.
I
In
think that's
touches though.
Yeah, that
stop,
first 20
start,
minutes,
start.
unbelievable. That last 20 in that first half, horrible.
Yeah. So there's signs there for Cows.
Yeah.
Just, you gotta keep it
It's
going.
like you do
the
one
whole
thing
game.
right, two things wrong, and it's just on
compound
repeat. On repeat.
errors. Like,
And now the
it's-
pressure's building for Toddy Payton, 0
Yeah.
and 3. It's got to get to him. Who they versus this week? Raiders.
yeah.
That's a winnable game.
In saying that, like, there's no coaches ever on the market. Like, as you're not going to sack
Yeah.
Todd, especially you made
Yeah.
finals last year, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no, we just missed out last year, didn't we? No, we made finals.
No, you made finals.
We
You
didn't do
two-
much. You
Yeah,
didn't
no,
do
I didn't
much.
much.
didn't do much, but you still
first
made
week.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's 9 shitter coaches if we're going
Yeah.
with that logic.
Yeah, but then this year, there's
It's
not
been
many-
a bad start,
Yeah.
but
Who's been on 0-3? Dolphins, Cowboys,
Para.
Para. 3 teams. So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of pressure building there. I think Wolfwood, because his first year, he'll be given a bit more leniency. And then obviously Para Rivals first year.
yeah.
So I feel like if anyone's under the most pressure, probably Payton.
Yeah. We'll see how we go.
But hopefully you can get a win, just, break the duck.
Someone that's not winless is the Titans getting their first win of the season, and impressive style.
were
You would
impressive.
say they were really good. I mean,
Oh, really good.
I think they were pretty hard done by last week, losing to the Dogs in the sense that they had the bye round 1. They were coming in flat-footed. It's the biggest waste having a bye in round 1, as if you're fucking tired.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, you don't want it round 1, It's not ideal. So
Yeah, no,
obviously
it's a
they
waste.
started slow last week, and then this week they had a good win despite Knights having like a few outs.
Yeah. But Knights were poor, but I thought, like, in saying that, Titans were very good.
Yeah,
Speaking of front rowers, Tino has come back from that
Yeah.
injury.
mate. It's like he never had an injury to his ACL.
He looks.
Yeah, that's what I want to do when I return to the Oztag field. I want to just be like
You wanna
Tino.
tear up the
I want to
field like
just game one, score a try,
Yeah.
and then just keep it going because
Well,
he's
in
unreal.
55 minutes, 17 runs, 147 metres, 58 post contact, 30 tackles.
Yeah, we forget how strong Tino is as a
Yeah.
ball carrier. And, like, even in defense, he's trying to put shots on every hit.
Yeah.
Like, his runs, he's bunting people. So, yeah, if you're a Queenslander, it's great to have someone that counter Payne has.
I really like the Titans forward pack. Like, you got Tina at 13 then, and then Fafita, Firma on the edges there, throwing
Yeah.
like their front rows, and
Regan
just get the
Campbell,
job done.
Foddy.
Foddy played all right.
They
Yeah.
do the job. Like, I think they've all played State of Origin. They have, right? Except Firma extended on the
Firma
bench.
was
Yeah.
extended. He was
You know what I
named,
mean? Like,
yeah.
they're all representative quality. Just throw in maybe like a bit more experience in Brimo and fucking Campbell in the halves, just together gel and something
They've
might
got
happen.
points in them, the Titans.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
Like
that
this-
points. The only thing I'm still going to stick by is their kicking game. It's a bit weak. So
Couple of Campbell's kicks
Campbell
were
did a
ordinary.
few dodgy kicks, but he made up for it in his running
Yeah.
game and passing. So I feel like once they get that right, then and their defense is probably their last thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Campbell's doing all the kicking, and he's not always on the money.
Well, the defense was good. They
Yeah.
only conceded 6 and they conceded
Yeah.
40 the week before. So-
Ponga, I don't know. We jinxed Ponga, mate. We said Ponga for
Honestly.
PM on the last week pod, and
And
he comes
he went
out
missing.
and he thought he was in Parliament. He didn't play. He didn't play league
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
until he did that try assist. So
Yeah.
sorry, Ponga.
And Manly on the Sunday run riot over the Raiders. I don't think the scoreline probably reflected how the game sort of went.
The first 20 minutes, anyway.
Oh my God. I don't know what was happening there, but Raiders could not get the ball, I think.
No,
And when they did, they had that one opportunity,
he
scored
got
off
called
it.
back.
called
and then
back.
obstruction.
To be fair, I don't know. It was a
Yeah.
bit of that was an iffy
Yeah, it was a bit
obstruction.
Yeah. But
was
yeah,
iffy.
Horsburgh gets sinned in 20th minute.
That changed the game.
and 5 tries in 15 minutes.
So I
game
thought
was
before
over.
that they defended really well on
They
their
did,
line, and they
yeah.
kept Manly out. Manly had all the ball; they were peppering them.
Yeah.
And after that sin bin, you're right. It was just bang, 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 game over.
Yeah, but Blicken Vanilla, it's bloody 32-0 or something. Right?
Yeah.
What do you can't come back from that.
Don't like being negative, but KO Weeks didn't have his best game.
Mate, he thought he was still playing for Manly.
He probably did think he was playing for
Mate,
Manly.
honestly, he had a shocker.
Yeah,
but
he had a shocker, but
he's a
I
good
think
player.
he's a great player. He'll bounce back,
back.
especially against Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's a good way to bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely rattled. You could see,
Yeah.
like, the problem was he dropped the high ball and they would lead to direct tries. It
Yeah.
wasn't like
Yeah.
it'd be the next, it
Not
would
like
be.
error scrum.
The
It
worst
like
one was that one
literally-
under the post was the grubber. He misses it.
And
Fogarty misses it too, and then
standing
who puts
there.
it in Bullemor
Bully
puts his hand
just
on it.
Yeah.
Bullemor scored 2 soft tries. Eh?
You could have.
Like,
You dead set could have scored.
I would have scored him.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we say
You
we
dead
could
set.
have, but like this time I actually could have.
Yeah, you could have. But
yeah.
yeah, Paseka got injured, unfortunately. so-
Achilles, bad
yeah,
one.
Yeah, ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, it's a long. Well,
And
AJ
what-
did his Achilles round 21 last year. He's coming back this week, so
I'll wipe him
You
out
know,
for
it's,
pretty much the
pretty
whole
much the
year,
year.
right?
Yeah, it's long.
So Manly,
Same as
they
Murray.
win, 40-point win. They're sky high. Next day, Cherry Evans comes out, and probably one of the most chaotic Monday nights for rugby leagues in a long
Crazy
time that I
stuff.
could remember.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
Not
You're
offered a
cap- yeah.
contract, and offered a 2-year contract, and then now saying I'm 100% not playing at Manly next year.
As
I
a
thought it was
captain as
bizarre.
well. Imagine you're
It's your leader.
imagine you're playing for Manly and your captain doesn't want to be there next year.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's going to try as hard as he can just to get more money out of his next contract, but he's not going to be there.
But what was it? They asked him, "Well, have you got any offers?" And he was like, "No." So then it's like, "Oh, here's a 1-year deal." Like,
Or he's a 2-year deal and they
yeah,
probably
it's like-
lowballed him or something.
like what? Can't
Well,
be doing that.
he said the decision was made in December, so
Yeah, right.
it probably came up in negotiations. Because the most chaotic thing was it came out on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get
Yeah.
your media, and then he appeared on 100% Footy that night. And I don't know if you watched that segment, but it was unbelievable. Like the questions they were asking him, saying, Manly, it's been reported they just offered you a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Will you consider this since you wanted 2 years and it's worth 1.5 million? He goes, respectfully, I won't be accepting it. This will be my last year at Manly. So he's
Wow.
already
He
said
had his mind set,
he is done. He goes,
right.
this decision was made in December.
which makes you think it was probably ugly when the negotiations were happening back in December. You know, because he's
Yeah.
been a 1-club player. I know he signed with Titans back then, but
Mate, that's a shining light.
yeah, did he go back to Titans?
No, I mean, as in for Manly fans, he could backflip because he's
Yes,
done it before.
okay, yeah.
So
And it would
There's
be
a
pretty
glimmer of
funny.
hope.
There's
it
a
would be
glimmer
funny
that I
if he
think-
signs with Titans. You know, like how many years down the track?
oh,
Well, yeah, that probably leads to my next one. So there's a few teams that are tossing up. I'm going to run you through some scenarios. You tell me if it's a good fit or bad fit. You
Yeah.
just
for,
say yes
for the
or
club or for Cherry?
How do you want to do it? I don't know. It's up
For
to
the
you
club.
guys.
for both.
For both? Okay,
Yeah,
go
go
on.
for both.
Go on.
Okay, so first one they're talking about is the obvious one, the Dolphins. He's a Redcliffe Junior,
Born in Redcliffe. I
born in
heard.
Redcliffe,
Yeah.
played through a junior system, went to Manly around 16 years old. There's a chance there. Zaya Katoa moves to 5'8", Koji Garima on the outers. Does he
Okay,
go half?
So on Cherry's perspective, I don't think it's a good idea because he wants to win a comp, obviously, in his last 2 years.
Yeah,
And respectfully, I can't see Dolphins winning a comp in the next 2 years.
sad man.
It's sad, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's
And
fair.
on the other side, I think it's great for Dolphins because they got a young half who's absolutely firing in Katoa.
Yeah.
And if you partnering with Cherry, that's perfect mentorship. So
I think-
win for Dolphins, not so much Cherry in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think on that one, I think it's great for Katoa's mentorship. I think getting DCE, like unbelievable. But I think Katoa, in his mind, he probably wants to play 7. And he's probably the 7 of that team.
Yep.
So then, like,
yeah, so he's sort of like stepping down
Stepping down
giving the
for
keys to
DCE.
DCE.
so it's a weird one.
Yeah.
That's fair. The thing is, as well, it's like I think Cherry's. You got to ask what his motivation is, right? Is he going for the money? Because the club could offer him $1 million and he'd take it.
I think money is obviously a factor, but I don't think at that age he wants to be like Cooper Cronk, go to a team
and
win a comp.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
But then would you not?
every player's dream, right?
If like Dolphins are reported to be the front runners right now,
Yeah.
and he's at Manly right now. Like there is a chance with Turbo, Jake, Olak, Gary. Like they have a roster there. That's what
Yeah.
confuses me. Anyway,
That's why I think there's something ugly going
Yeah.
on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, because he'd obviously want to stay, but he probably got lowballed, felt disrespected,
This-
and wanted to
yeah.
leave.
This thought has been making me sick all day, but it's definitely a possibility because you've just touched on Cooper Cronk. Going to the Roosters, right? We know that they have pretty much a war chest right now in terms of they haven't signed anyone.
Yeah.
And they've lost how many guns they've lost. They have Sam Walker as a natural 7, yeah, but we know that they don't have a backup 5'8" or a backup halfback. As seen, they're playing Chad and Sandin in the halves right now,
Yeah.
which is not what they want to be doing. Would you think he goes to Roosters?
I think it's probably the best fit because, as you said, they need a halfback. Walker can easily play 5'8". He can take the backward step, and like he might be passing the reins, Cherry to Walker for the Queensland jersey as well. So that'll be good for him to mentor him. And in terms of Roosters, obviously it's great. You get a star halfback. They get Manu back probably end of the year. you know, there's a chance they can win the comp next
Nah,
year.
Manu's gone to French rugby, sir.
Is he not coming back?
Nope.
Really?
Gone. French
Since when?
rugby.
Done.
Done.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Wow. So they're not getting him back.
Nope. That's
Is that
what I mean.
recent?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
They got like that's why they have money. So
Fuck, that's a big blow then. But yeah, either way, they can still like do some damage, Roosters.
I think it makes sense if he was to go to the Roosters. They're probably searching for a 7. Like, I know Sammy Walker's the long-term 7,
Yep.
but I think in that it's sort of a different scenario to the Dolphins where they probably would play Sam Walker at 6 anyway, and then have Cherry Evans.
So imagine a spine of Teddy, Cherry, Sam Walker,
Yeah.
Connor Watson. That can
Pretty
win a
good
comp.
spine,
That
yeah.
can win a comp. A lot of experience there, and a lot of strike star players. So I do see it as a good fit.
Love to see him at Cowboys.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys need a 7.
But like
Cows need a
we're talking
seven.
about winning a premiership. Cows aren't winning it.
Oh.
They've
Sorry.
got the, like, you know, I mean,
They got young players.
they've got
this-
a young squad.
If DCE was like 32 and he was going there for 5 years, I'd
He'd have a
like it.
chance.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't have many years. He's always playing
Like
the
I
game.
reckon if you give
He's what,
if you give
35
yourself
something?
Cherry right now, do you reckon you guys could win with that back line?
Probably. We made the. I mean, it's pretty
You
much.
are
the-
missing a
We made the
halfback.
finals last year. We're pretty much the same team, bar Holmes.
I reckon you're a top 8. If you have
You add
Cherry,
Cherry, like-
you're probably top 8.
Yeah.
But like winning a comp's different.
Winning a comp's
like you got to
different.
compare
Yeah.
yourself to the beasts of Melbourne, Panthers, Brizzy,
Yeah.
Sharks.
I'll tell you for free, Cherry ain't stopping Haas in that try.
Yeah.
My favourite theory, Adam Reynolds is off contract for next year. Does Cherry go to the number 1 team in Queensland, the Brisbane Broncos? Is that not a perfect fit?
Wow.
Think about that for a sec.
And does Renault go to Manly?
But I read that Renault wants to go back to Sydney in some reports.
Wow.
So
that would be crazy if there was like
Renault back to
if it
South.
was a swap. Renault back to South. not with the hump man there.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, we
right.
got Humphries, so no
Yeah.
need.
Well, he's off contract as well. We got to sign him up. So, just speaking on that, so Manly lose Cherry. They got rid of Finu and Humphries. They're gun up and coming halves.
Yeah.
Who replaces Cherry?
Brooks,
Well, they
Brooksy?
got that youngster Joey Walsh that they've got a good rap on.
he's meant to be up and comer.
Yeah. So he's been
Does he
obviously
slide
mentored
straight
by
in though, you
DCE.
It's a big loss.
But yeah, I mean, who knows?
Who knows? He said he's going to make his decision pretty much back end of the
Would a
season.
backflip
anyway.
surprise you for the second time?
Probably
The
not.
fact that he's no, it would, because the fact he went on 100% footy said, and he said this stuff.
Yeah, I doubt
It's
he'd
done.
backflip.
Yeah.
He
It
won't
is
backflip.
done.
But nothing signed or anything. You know, he did it
Well,
off
he
a
can't.
signed contract.
He can't because he can't negotiate with other teams.
Interesting.
So he can't officially get an offer,
Okay.
or else it's breach. So
But I do think it's
Plus
good
June.
for Cherry Evans himself because he's going to try and play his best and like obviously get the most out
Cherry
of it.
Yeah.
has done the smartest thing I've ever seen. He's going to get the most money now
Yes.
by doing what he's done and saying, "I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Prepare the war chest for all these teams.
Yeah.
Even Bulldogs can do
Halfbacks are
something.
like so hard to get these days. So he'll go
Yeah.
somewhere.
They can bring
for
a
good
team
money.
from bottom
Yeah.
4 to top 4."
Yeah.
The 18th man failed again. If you don't know what it is, we pick a random person who submits their claim on why they think they're better than us at betting or better than anyone. They have to have odds of $3 or higher. If you win, you continue to the next week. We haven't had a winner yet.
No.
So it's a bit stiff. If they don't start winning in a few, we're cancelling it. Segment's done.
So the next few people have to say the
Big
18th
pressure.
man.
I think this week we've locked in Antti Petsoglu. He's been barging down the door. So
Yeah, he's been in reserve grade, going hard, getting some winners in.
a tricky situation, but he's
Yeah,
in.
it is a tricky situation, but yeah, hopefully he can pick something $3 or higher
Yeah.
and break the
pressure.
curse for all the 18th men and all our followers. Dabble boys, we've been going decent on Dabble.
It's been good.
A few good bets, especially Saturday. You were on fire, Jimmy.
Had a good
Hitting
week.
Group 1s, you were seeing them
Had a
like
good
beach
day on
balls.
Saturday, yeah. Plenty of winners. So, yeah, get involved.
Yeah, man, I just can't believe watching Jimmy's like, this thing's going to win, and it wins. You're like, how much? He's like, $9. You're like, why didn't I listen to him before?
Yeah, I saw your best bet on the weekend on Saturday, Shenhua.
Yeah, smashed them.
Smashed
yeah.
them.
At the Valley, yeah.
So if you do want these tips, they're all free.
Good.
They're on Dabble. They're on our profile.
Yep.
Link is in the bio. Use the code CASTPatrol, CASTPATROL, if you want to sign up. And of course, remember, gamble responsibly and set a deposit limit if you do join Dabble.
Yeah, and just a reminder, what's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
All right, boys. The moment everyone's been waiting for. It's not our tips.
Wow.
It's not ours. It's Gnocchi the Bulldog.
Are the people waiting for it?
I don't
Mate,
know.
She's copping some heat.
She's been rusty this year.
Mate, I go out in like to work and in public, mate. I'm copping sprays.
Mate, me too.
I'm copping sprays.
Like, not for
Gnocchi.
my shit tips, for my dog shit tips.
Yeah.
I'm getting hammered.
And I'm like, bro, it's not me.
So what we
It's
did
not-
this week, we're like, we got to change it up. So I didn't give her a balloon for the whole week. She loves her balloons. No balloons.
starved her?
Starved her of balloons.
Yeah.
And she came out absolutely biting at the bit.
Firing.
Firing. It was the fastest I've ever seen her run.
Okay.
So we're going to put it up on the screen now. And here she goes. She goes off, bang, right full step, Panthers.
Yep.
Next tip, she goes, boom, straight into Roosters, no hesitation. Then she looks, bang, Broncos. She's fast.
Beautiful.
Then straight to Storm. Like, she's not messing
She's
around
not messing
here.
around here.
Another away team,
Ooh.
Raiders. Little cheeky step there. She got a bit tired here. Then she's
Yeah.
lit. She's lurking. She goes, bang, my doggies, my Bulldogs.
She's gassed.
She had to pick him. She hovers there. She looks at Eels. She's like, nah, stuff
No
you.
way.
Little cheeky one on Manly. And then to Eels after. Golden Point? I don't know.
Could be.
And the last one, she looks at Tigers. Another rightful step to the Wars. And then
Wars?
back to Tigers. So 2 Golden Point games there, maybe.
There you go.
So there's Gnocchi's tips. If you're following, good luck because she has been woeful.
Yeah.
But hopefully she bounces back. I have faith in her. She might have a bit of second-year syndrome. You know, she killed it,
Big
killed it
second-year
last
syndrome.
year,
Yeah.
85%. But this year,
Mate, shocking this year.
terrible start.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a marathon, not a race. So
Bounces back.
stick with her.
Bounces back.
All right, boys.
Round 4.
Analysis,
Yeah, you know what?
round 4. Our analysis, Rabbitohs 360, taking on Penrith Panthers $1.28. Initial thoughts on this matchup?
From what I've seen, from what I saw last week, Penrith gutsy against Melbourne, all things considered. And then, yeah, South's defence worries me. Defensively, they struggled defensively.
You saw glimpses against Dragons where we
Yeah.
had that massive lapse after half time.
Even against the Dolphins,
Yeah,
I thought they
even
were really
at-
good.
It's after half time where we really struggle.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the Sharks game, it was the whole game. It was pretty poor.
Yeah.
Going into the break 20-0, it's pretty much GG, game over. But yeah, defensively, it really needs to tighten up because a team like Panthers, doesn't matter who's playing, they just fill in that system perfectly.
Yeah.
Toliau's going to come in, he's going to look like Cleary probably. So
Probably, yeah.
the way their team played when Cleary went down, it gives me no doubt to think they will
Yeah.
beat South. Although I do hope South will win. I'll be there cheering them on.
You going to the game?
I'll be going to the game, yeah. I
Beautiful.
think so, yeah. But yeah, I think Panthers should win comfortably if I'm taking my South hat off.
Yeah, look, I think you nailed it, Age. Our defense, even last season, it wasn't great. I think very good signs of improvement. So in the fact that, like, you look at all of our games this year. First 2 games, we've had gutsy wins, came back when we needed to at the right times. Sharks, horrible period of defense.
That first half was terrible.
Yeah.
really bad. But if you look at the second half alone,
We
you
won
can
the
argue-
second half.
We won the
didn't
second half. What, 12-7, I think
Yeah,
it was.
We won the second half.
Like, we could have easily have lost that game 40-0.
Yeah,
But
we could
the
have been
fact that
won.
they fought helped. Where I think we're not helping, and this is just stats alone. So Fanua Blake finished the game with 19 runs for 185 metres.
Very solid. Standard for him, though.
Standard. That's, yeah. I
know.
mean, sometimes he even goes more, 200.
Sometimes he goes over 200.
Whereas you look at South, I know these guys were all playing really great in the first 2 games, but this game alone, Kepi ran for 51 metres, Moali 73, Tallis ran for 79 metres. So it wasn't their fault
So
completely. but
AFB nearly covered them all.
Yeah.
I'm saying that
know?
more so the go forward hurt us in that game.
Yeah.
Maybe there was some calls and we didn't execute at the right times. The number one was where Cody puts the kick into the in goal. We could have easily just stopped Ronaldo.
Yeah.
We don't. Ronaldo goes up the field, scores. It's just like little moments like that.
And I think there was
that you
another
change.
one where we like dropped it, then we conceded a penalty and they scored off it. It's like compounding errors just never works well.
Yeah.
But in saying that, we're losing our best defensive back in Campbell Graham. He's out this week.
Yeah,
What happened to him?
Lower leg injury reported on their Rabbitohs website.
He cannot cop a break, honestly.
Yeah.
Justice for stretch. What do you do?
Oh, I feel
Sternum
bad
broke his
for him.
hand, now his leg.
In positive, AJ returns and Tass moves
Yeah.
to centre. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Obviously I go South every single week, but I do think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think in terms of Panthers got a lot
So
of outs.
you're not tipping Panthers this week?
No, not to be Panthers. And
Mate,
South,
if you didn't tip South every week, you might win every comp that we do.
mate, I don't know.
Because your tipping's
hard.
been good this year.
Yeah, I know. I know. I just think Panthers, that back line is probably the easiest back line you could play in terms of a potential Penrith back line.
Yeah.
Like, you're missing an Edwards, you're missing Cleary, throw in Luai if you want from the last time we played him. And yeah. it's pretty weak compared to what they normally run out with.
Yeah. But yeah, I just do think their system's really good. Like we saw Jenkins just come in, he played like Edwards. Like Tolau's going to come in. He's not going to be Cleary, but he'll play like
They get
him.
Laurie back. As well.
Tolau in the trial was unbelievable. So they get Laurie back at fullback. Yeah, the Panthers are just too classy.
Yeah, Yo's.
Like if we defend anything near that, we're going to get flogged.
Yeah.
So hopefully we tighten our defense up. At home helps. First
As long
game
as
at
Yo's
home.
still in the middle there, mate, they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
I think so.
But
Be
yeah, I'm going to go Penrith.
Sweet. I'm going to go
Souths.
Panthers. So everyone went Panthers except Mick. On to Roosters, Titans. Roosters $1.55. Titans $2.45. But they do lose Keeney, star fullback.
That's
So
a huge loss
neck
for them.
complaint, yeah.
The Groot jumps into fullback. He's only played 1 or 2 games for the Titans. So
Crazy how they had
Very
like
inexperienced.
like 10 fullbacks and now the Groot's gone into fullback. Like
Yeah.
they used to have like Campbell, Brimo.
Could have been any.
Now
of
they've
them.
all found their spot.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Roosters win this game. But I'm also not convinced they win well. Going like last week, I tipped the Warriors, and it probably showed how much they're missing a few of those key players that they lost. They just look very disjointed. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Connor Watson going off as well. And you
Yeah,
got
that didn't help.
And Radley went on.
Bradley, like they're just copying injuries to the wrong people. I mean, not copy injuries to anyone, but not to the people that actually build the foundations of that team.
Yeah, they get Collins and Butcher coming in this week,
Which is good.
It's very
helps.
handy.
Yeah.
And then their forwards have been good. Like I thought Nafua White and Lenu stepped up.
Yeah.
So I think Roosters can bounce back, especially at home. Titans missing Keeney. The stat here
It's tough for them.
Stats alarming here. The last time Titans beat Chooks was back in 2016. They've lost 11 straight games against them.
That's a daunting
That's a
stat.
big hoodoo, eh?
Yeah, that's a big stat. And
2016, that's a long time.
That's a
Yeah.
long time. But I did love what I saw from
no, I
Titans.
did. I thought, like, we spoke about them earlier. I think they've got plenty of points in them. But I think losing Keeney is obviously a big loss. And then, I think Roosters coming off that loss in New Zealand. If they find that form that they played against Penrith, I think they should win this and win
They
comfortably.
should. But is $1.55 something you're willing to dive into?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
For that reason, I'm going to go Titans. I just think
Titans.
there's a bit of value.
That's 3 weeks in a row from you.
Did I go on last? No, I didn't. I didn't go on last week.
Oh, you didn't.
I wish I did. They flogged the
man.
Knights.
Why didn't you go on last week?
Because I had the tip in before Lucas got ruled out.
Mate, I
And
told
then
you.
I was like, I can't change
On
now.
the pod,
like,
I told you. It's
Yeah.
Titans 1 more week.
I should have stayed on. But I'm going back on it. Watch them lose now.
You go back.
I'm back on it.
Maybe
they
you're
lose.
the curse.
I cannot tip Titans for the sake of me. And Manly.
They're hard to catch.
Manly kill me as well.
They're hard to catch.
Oh. So yeah, I'll be
But yeah, I'm
going.
going to go Roosters.
Yeah, I'm going Roosters in this one, but not convincingly. They have not convinced me
Yeah, I'm
this
not
season.
confident, but
this
I'll
is
go
a swing
Roosters.
game
Yeah.
for sure. All right, Dolphins $4.75 taking on the Broncos. $1.18 the Battle of Brizzy. Dolphins, any chance, Jim? Anything? Any love for the 0-3?
I think this game is where people think, Brisbane, get in the queue. It's going to be...
Because this is what you said about the Roosters when they played Panthers. Like when everyone's writing them off, right?
But, like, I think there's glimpses of Dolphins. I thought for 60 minutes of that game against the Tigers, I thought they were really good. And then
They bottled it.
they bottled that last 20.
The toll was great.
And
Yeah.
they had a chance
Herbie
apparently to
was
take 2 points to
Yes.
go 8 up, and they didn't take
do it. That was a very right after half time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got the message from Wolf to like trust yourself, back yourself,
Keep rolling.
keep it rolling, like chance your arm. But like if that was a Wayne Bennett team, he would have taken the 2, like no doubt.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that, but
Like-
you know,
Brizzy were unbelievable round 1 and then probably disappointing round
terrible
2.
round 2. Yeah,
And then round 3,
I'd say good.
they were okay, but
Yeah.
were Cowboys just not that good?
I don't know.
Like, it's just...
they weren't great, but they did enough to get the job done.
Exactly. So,
They just have the thing is like they have so much strike power.
Yeah, they do.
Reece Walsh had a Barry Crocker terrible game.
Yeah.
Like worst I've probably seen him play. 5
Yeah.
errors. He's been out of form, and they still won. Like they didn't even need him.
yeah.
Like
But it just
Reynolds
goes
had a
to show,
blinder.
how many good
Hunter
players they
Beast,
have.
Haas,
Carrigan.
Carrigan.
Yeah.
Like they don't need everyone to fire. So that's the scary thing with Broncos.
Yeah.
If they're all firing, turn it off.
They
Yeah,
get
turn it off.
Stags back this week.
That
Not a big
helps.
in.
Mariner makes way.
Yes. You're Jimmy. How do you feel about being dropped?
Mate, honestly, Shipasaka's been playing well, so respect to him. So I think he deserves
So you're
his-
happy to be 19th man?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
There you
Shibba
have it.
deserves it.
To be fair, Shibba's been
heard
playing really, really
Like,
well.
really good.
Like, it's hard to drop someone
Yeah.
like that.
No one saw Shibba starting, let alone holding that
Madge
spot.
knows, man.
Fair play to him. He's been good.
Madge knows.
He's a good centre. I like him.
But,
yeah, I think I'm going to go
yeah.
Broncos this one, but I'm like Jim. I don't think it's going to be a smashing like everyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
I think Broncos are still gelling, and you can see Walsh. Something's not right there. He's out of form. Even Ben Hunt, to his credit, I think he's playing good without being his normal
Yeah.
immaculate self. I think it's the forwards and Renault winning him the games at the minute.
Yeah.
And they're strong.
I reckon
character.
Broncos have a bit of like, they want a bit of payback from the last time they played, because in the Battle of Brizzy, Dolphins won by 34 points last time they played. Broncos won the last 3 before that. So I think that's in the back of their mind. They're not. I think they're going to come out and make a statement, and I think they're going to flog him.
I think I want to see more from Hammer. I think he's been a bit quiet to start the
Mate,
year.
Chapman has ruined him.
Like,
His head is not in the game.
I think you need
His
more
his
from
head
Hammer.
is elsewhere because he has not been great.
You
this
need
year.
more from, obviously, a star
Yeah.
fullback, right?
He's doing good off the field, but yeah, we need him to deliver on
Yeah,
the field.
they're not too far off. Dolphins are doing something. Like they got some stars
They've got
across the
stars
paddock.
in there. I
But
heard
Toa's
he's-
been fucking so
Toa's
good.
been unbelievable.
Like we always said, when's it going to be his breakout?
And he's
This-
doing it now.
This is it. This
That,
is his
yeah,
breakout.
when he started for Tonga, he's carried it over.
Yeah.
Even like their
He's
forward
running
pack,
more as
like
well.
Gilbert, I think's been good as
Gilbert's
well.
been good.
He's a leader and a half, Gilbert. He's
Yeah.
so
like they've got Plath, like
Saifidi was
Sinafiaki.
solid.
Yeah.
DSAF.
They've got the players
It's just,
there.
I mean, you got to remember, Wolf's still a new coach, and
Yeah.
new coach in the NRL, and they still have to adapt to his methods. So
Yeah.
I think it's come. It might not come this week, but it'll come soon.
I think it'll be a close game though, but I'm going to go Brisbane.
Yeah, Brizzy all round. Okay, next game.
Brisbane.
Dragons 275 taking on the Storm $1.45. Hughes is out.
Meaney's out.
Meaney's out, so that's why they're $1.45. Surely they should be shorter. Can anyone see Dragons winning?
I don't
I think it'll
know.
be close.
It would like I don't think it'll be that bad. Like Dragons with the week off, they've shown in glimpses that they can do stuff with their attack. It's just I think
They're
they're
more of a-
defensively they're not
Defensively, they leak too many.
Gutho's so good for their attack.
Yeah.
Like he's the polish on the end of that back line.
Yeah.
He makes the right call most times. But I don't know. Do you see their forward pack delivering compared to Storms? Like, I think their middles are a bit skinny. Like they got Couchman, Gula,
Yeah.
Bellin. Now they got Clemmer
Clemmer off the bench.
and a few young boys on the bench. Compared to Storm, where they got like Stefano, Katoa,
Yeah.
Liero. So like I don't know, War.
I think with no Hughes, I think that's a big loss for Melbourne. Obviously, Dalian player, so that sort of brings Dragons into somewhat contention.
Wishard's an exceptional replacement.
Yeah, is unbelievable.
For them to have like
Yeah.
they had Pizzette who's injured and then Wishard just like backups for days, and then their fullback goes down, Farlongo's just chilling.
waiting in the wings,
Yeah.
I think Melbourne's probably got a few more points in them than the Dragons.
They got
but
enough to cover.
Yeah,
But yeah, Storm just the last couple of years have been that team where they just
they find a
don't,
way.
they just do enough.
They find
it's
a
not
way.
convincing.
Yeah,
They just do enough. So you just don't know how close this will be. But Storm have won the last 5 of their last 7 versus Dragons. I think they're going to add to that.
Dragons upset them last year. Remember?
Yeah, they got them last
down
year.
in Melbourne as well. So
Yeah.
great upset there. But yeah, I'm gonna go Storm on this one. But in saying that, if it wasn't the Storm, I would be backing the Dragons in a Saturday arvo down at Cogra or Wynn Stadium, wherever
at
it is.
home. I
Perfect.
think it's Nestrata Jubilee. I think.
Nestrata?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Either way, it's
So,
home
yeah,
ground.
Dragons at home. They'll put up a good fight, but Storm win.
Storm will be too good. In the end.
Yes. Okay. Another tough game. Cowboys $1.90. Raiders $1.90.
Can't split them, mate.
Can't split them. This is the hardest game of the round.
Mate, if there's any time to get a win, it's now. Raiders off
A thumping.
a thumping, but then that's the scary part because Sticky will be in them this week.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out firing Saturday Arvo. But I think we spoke
Do you know
about it
who's
before.
reffing? Is Grant Atkins reffing? Because
Hope
he
not.
absolutely hates the Raiders from what I saw last week.
But yeah, I think if we can pull together an 80-minute performance, I think we'll go close. It's just at the moment
But that's the question mark, isn't it? Can you guys play for 80 consistent footy?
that's the big
That's
question.
what we don't know. Same with Raiders.
And
Can
I
they
think
do it?
our attack has been tough to watch. I think in recent weeks, I think our senior players got to step up. I think
Cotter played better. Besides
Cotter was
that,
good.
Besides letting Haas just walk through, he played better.
I thought he was good.
Lolo solid. You
So
needed
Lolo
him.
was really good.
Neem was up and down.
scored and
the
then
try
dropped
and
the
then
ball.
dropped it off the kickoff straight after. That was
Yeah.
a coach killer.
Yeah.
I just think your big players aren't stepping up right now. Like
think
Dearden
Drinky needs
has
more.
been a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's absolute ghost, and Drinky just
Th-
not
they-
playing
they're not
effectively.
gelling in attack. That's
Yeah.
all it is. They need
Just-
to get. They need to be more fluid.
One thing that stood out to me that I didn't like Drinkwater was kicking a bit on last tackle, and I'm like, well, what do you got Clifford and Dearden there for? Like, Dearden's not your answer for your kick on last.
Yeah. How was Clifford? Did he play all right?
I think Clifford was good. I think his kicking game was good. I would love to see Purdue play halfback, just to offer a little bit, just something different than your sort of normal sort of number 7. And I'd love to see Laybutt back in the side.
Has
at
he been
centre.
named this week?
He's in the reserves.
Okay, yeah.
But he's been impressive in Q Cup in recent weeks. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think if...
Yeah, Purdue looks like a good player, just not. He's not a center, is he?
I don't know if he's a
I
centre.
think he's a fullback. He's fast. He's fucking
quick.
got speed to
Yeah.
burn.
He's got speed. So that's why I think I'd
and
love
he
to
probably
see
has
him
decent hands.
I'd love to see him at halfback, you know, like he might offer a show and go.
What do you do? 5'8"?
Is
I think you got
Dearden-
Dearden.
would
I think
Dearden go
Dearden's a
7?
halfback. I
Dearden
don't think
can't go
Dearden's a
7?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's options
There's
there.
a few question marks there.
Jim, the Cowboys are the first team in 14 years to start the season 3-0 and then go 0-3 in consecutive seasons. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about that. I think it was either 2015 or 2017. I think we started 0-5 and we made the final still. So
yeah, that's fair.
it's
How you respond. And a
exactly
stat
right.
that's on your side is Cowboys won the last 6 games versus Raiders.
yeah.
Good.
So there's a week to do it. It's
This
now,
is
Jimmy.
it's this week.
It is now.
It's this week.
Because do we check who you guys versus next week? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think it's Penrith next week.
Oh,
shit.
If I'm not wrong, I think
It's Penrith next
yeah.
week, so that's a big fat L in
at
Combank.
Combank, and then it's Dolphins.
Oh, no, sorry.
Dolphins in. Oh, sorry.
No, Rabbitohs. Oh, it's another L for you.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
We should have gone to Perth. That'd
That'd
be
be
good.
good fun.
That'd been a
Sick.
good way trip.
Yeah.
And then you got a bye. You should beat the bye. Depends how you go. So you guys could be 0-6 coming into the bye. You don't want that.
This is a week. But yeah, on that note, I'm going the Cows.
I don't like what I see from the Cows. I'm going Raiders.
Do you like what you saw with the Raiders last week?
I thought like they got hard done by in a
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
Cows? Come on. This is it, baby. This is the week.
This is a flip of the coin, isn't
This
it?
is the week.
This is when the devil talks in your ear.
This is the week,
This is the
baby.
devil.
You know,
I'm playing devil's advocate.
you know
here,
you
though.
want you want the Cows this week.
I'm going to stick with the Raiders.
Thank you.
Just because I'm forgiving them. They're a gutsy
Okay.
team. Tarpany comes back. Big inclusion.
Mate,
As long as there's no sin bins, I think Raiders
I
win.
cannot wait to come on this couch. Oh, I won't even be on this couch next year.
Oh, you're already foreseeing 0-4.
but I'm saying.
So there you go. Jimmy's not on the
I
podium
wanted
next
to
week.
come on the couch
It's 'cause
next
Cows
week and be
lost.
like, I told you so, Cowboys win.
You can send us a video if it happens, but it won't.
Okay.
Yeah, put on the
Okay,
story
cool.
or something.
Raiders.
Next game, Sharks $1.26, Doggies $3.85. Bit
Mm.
of value there. Gnocchi tipped the Dogs. Does that mean
That is big
anything?
value for the Dogs.
No burden and kick
Kick
out
out.
really showed last week.
It did show.
They were useless in that second half. Like Eels were all over them.
Yeah.
They Eels should have won that game. They just
They just
couldn't
don't have
find.
any,
They
they just don't have any
They
points
could
in
not
them.
score. They could
don't
not
have
score
any
for the
points
life
in
of
them,
them.
unfortunately.
Like any other team would have came back and won that game. They were
Yeah.
down by one try at one stage. Just couldn't find the line.
Yeah.
So
No, I think Sharks have been good to start the year. I think last week against South, first half, unbelievable. Second half, I don't know, they must have, similar to what Melbourne did.
a
They
bit complacent.
they
Right?
just didn't wanna
They
play.
won the game. They sort of turned it off. But yeah, Tricky and Hines is finally
working a
sort of
bit.
working.
Kennedy's coming into his own.
He's been good this year.
Yeah.
A lot of haters,
Lot of
saying he
haters.
shouldn't be fullback.
But he's
Playing
been
good.
I'm really
playing
liking
Hero?
Ito. Yeah, I was
You
about to
gonna
say
say Hero?
Ito for the Sharks. He's
Great
like
centre.
last year was a great year. He was doing impressive stats every week and
Mm.
then wasn't scoring but setting him up. Now he's like found his attacking prowess too, and he's just unlocked another level.
Yeah.
I think he's an unbelievable talent.
Yeah, Ronaldo had a good game as well.
Yeah,
They
Ronaldo's
got
good.
stacked outside backs.
Just on the Sharks, I don't like Atkinson 14. I think that's just
It's just
such
wasted?
a wasted interchange.
But it's just like a bit of safety because he can cover
I know
everything.
that, but
he
like,
can cover the centers, wing, and
he's-
halves.
Like you're just wasting a change putting him on. Like,
Yeah, I know, but just say like Tricky gets injured,
yeah.
he just goes straight into 6. Or if Rhyming gets
Where'd they
injured,
pl-
he
did
goes
they
straight
play
to
him
center.
at hooker Atkinson for the
I
last?
think they just
Yeah,
chucked
when
him.
Brayley
Because
went off.
it changed the momentum
Then
of
he
that
can play
game.
hooker,
hard.
he can play
Yeah,
anywhere.
I know that, but like
It's just a bit of a safety for Fitzo.
when he's in, like comes on, he's just in the middle. Like it's not getting in the way, but he's just there.
I
Like,
know what you mean. Because then it's like, you don't want to just put him on the
what,
bench
would you
and not
rather just
play
have
him.
another big forward on?
Yeah, but then if there's an injury, then what? You're fucked.
Yeah, but we saw, you got Brayley who moved into the halves last year. McInnes can play hooker.
Yeah, but that's not ideal.
Yeah, but
Like Adam Fanua-Blake, he can play 60+ minutes if he needs.
yeah.
I feel like they have the players who can. McInnes can go all day if he wants. Like if worst comes to worst, they just play forwards for more minutes.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's fine. Like they still got 3.
I mean, it's
forwards.
working at the moment, but I just
Yeah.
think it's a bit of a waste.
But they also got Talakai who could go centre. So
Anyway,
I hear ya.
so I'm
but
not the coach.
I'm backing Fitzo in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Sharks on this one.
Sharks, yeah, I think
Yeah,
Sharks.
Sharks are
will
won
prove too
6 of their
strong.
last 7 versus Dogs.
I didn't like what I saw from the Dogs. Without Burn and kick out makes a massive
they
difference.
The Doggies have still undefeated this year.
Yeah, but-
they're a chance. They're
I
a
love them,
chance.
but they've also been nobody at the same time.
Yeah, $3.85 is a bit tempting, but in saying that, for tips, I'm going to tip Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Is this the last game? Was it
Second
no,
last
second
game.
last?
Well, let's do
Manly
this one
$1.17, Eels $5. Para have won 4 of the last 6 against Manly.
Manly
Anyone
get,
buying into that
Nah,
stat?
Manly get Turbo back. Only thing that can derail the the Sea Eagles is this Cherry Evans saga. But Eels are another one. I don't know if you watch Eels versus Dogs on the Sunday, but both teams can't attack to save their lives.
Yeah.
Something ain't right. I feel like Brown's either lost his head. He doesn't want to play for him
Brown's
anymore.
got the money.
He's gone.
A few shocking passes
Yeah,
there. That
he's
was
gone.
there was a few on Twitter going around
think-
like they're
I
bad.
think a lot of people are quick to bash Brown, but at the same time, I mean, I think the whole team isn't going well.
No,
And like,
100%.
as a half, like if the forwards aren't laying the platform for you, then there's not much you can do. So, yeah, I
They're
don't know.
just like
They just don't have any points in them at the moment.
like if you read their team 1 to 13, 1 to 17, whatever. There's a few shining lights like Yongi, Lomax, Penasini's been unreal to start the
Yeah,
year.
Lomax was cracked.
And
Yeah.
then like you look at the forward pack and you're like, where's the
where's the
damage going to
second
come
phase
from?
coming from? Like the off.
Yeah,
I know,
like
I know
Hopgood
Barlow's got a
started
good
to offload a
offload.
bit.
Good, but
Like the number one example
Yeah.
that I think someone like Jack Williams, right? He's gone from second row, played a bit of lock when Hopgood was off for a bit. Then he went to front row now,
Yeah.
starting this week. I'm just like, is that your answer? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's solid, Jack Williams, but
is he
I
a
don't know.
prop?
Yeah.
Is he
Does
your
it
prop?
start with their hooker?
God,
Is their hooker like?
Like they went to Joey Lussick.
And they went to
last week.
Lussick. Like they have a few weaknesses. The Eels.
Like Katonga played back row, had 3 runs the whole game.
Yeah, that's alarming.
Like, is that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I think it definitely starts with their pack because they got.
Yeah,
they've got.
you need to go forward.
They got Dylan Brown, Adokar, Lomax, Iongi,
yeah, Footy
did I say
Dane.
Penasini? Like they got strike.
yeah.
Just like they just need to get the ball and
Yeah.
execute.
I thought Sam Rani's hard done by getting dropped. I thought he's
Oh,
been
he got
pretty-
dropped, did he?
For Simonson?
Russell?
For
Who-
Russell.
Russell's back in.
Oh, Russell's back in.
I thought-
Simonson centre though.
No, he's not
I
back.
think Sam Rani dropped that ball like early in the game. that he
Yeah,
coulda
but I
went
think he's been
over.
good.
It's been all right, yeah. It's a bit stiff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not on him.
But anyway, I'm going to go Manly. I
Yeah.
think they'll win well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, man,
I think
especially
Manly-
after rolling the Raiders the way they
I think
did.
you're right, Mick. The only thing is if that Cherry Evans contract just eats up that club,
You say that and they'll win by 30, be like, yeah, whatever.
or if Turbo's like a late ruling out, but they'll probably still win,
Yeah, they'll
at
still win.
home.
They'll win.
Last
They're at home.
game.
They home? Yeah.
Yeah, Manly. at
Yeah,
home,
Manly
4
at home.
points, mate.
4 Pines is a fucking
Fortress.
fortress.
Manly by 40 at 4 Pines. Okay, Tigers $1.65 taking on the Warriors $2.25. Tigers haven't beat the Wars since 2019, 7 straight losses.
That's huge.
I think until the Warriors show something outside of New Zealand, I don't think I can tip them.
Honestly,
Is that-
it's
is
a
that
fair
fair?
enough point.
Is that a fair point?
I think losing
yeah, they-
Rodgers a massive loss.
Vegas wasn't great. That was outside of New
Yeah.
Zealand, obviously.
Back home.
Last 2 games in New Zealand, they won.
Unbelievable.
Won by like comfortably
Yeah,
at the end of both games.
Go Media is a special place over there.
it is.
Like
And
the
that
6 p.m.
atmosphere's
slot,
incredible.
the crowd gets up for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens when they come
But no,
over
the
here.
Tigers are absolutely firing.
At Campbelltown Sports as well.
Firing.
You know, it's going to be packed out.
Mate.
Tigers are defending well, and they actually have like good attack this year
Like
as well.
last year, are Tigers going to come back and beat the Dolphins like that?
Nah,
Probably
no
not.
way.
Mate.
Probably not.
But like, if Waz won, would you be shocked? I wouldn't be shocked.
I would be. I think Tigers are playing really well.
But some
I'd be-
of the
I'd be
Waz
sur-
have won 2 in a row. Like
Yeah,
they're,
true.
they're getting a bit of
True.
confidence.
No, you're
Like
right.
your mate Leotau, absolute machine.
Oh, he's a machine.
Jim. Who's
He's
he
my favourite player.
Who's he going up against?
He's
He's right centre.
Dewey.
Dewey Dewey's going to have his hands full.
Yeah.
Harris Tavita lifted. Metcalf playing better.
Both teams been very
Yeah.
good. I also think they've played like weaker opposition, like nothing crazy. But you know what? They've got their wins,
Yeah.
and you take it.
You take those wins.
The funniest part about all this is Tigers their new signings are doing an incredible job for him. Terrell May is just confirming what every rugby league fan thought.
freak.
Why would the Roosters get rid of him?
Yeah.
Like it does not make sense.
We'll never know.
Mate,
We'll
I don't
never
know. I don't know what he did. He did something to one of the players or
Mate,
something.
I don't know.
Like
what
you're
it was.
looking at the Roosters forward pack, you watch them play. They're missing that Warrior Hargraves type build, no go forward, and they literally had Terrell May
And
there.
their reason
Yeah.
wasn't a good fit for the club. He's a perfect fit. You need forwards, and he's a freak.
Yeah.
And he can go all day. He didn't want to go off. Benji had to take him off. He played 65 minutes, 60 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Bro,
He's an absolute
he's
freak.
like Payne Haas motor. He can just go and go and go. He's a freak.
And that team, like we touched on it round one, like they were missing Buller and Appy. Those two come straight back in and make a world of
Appy had a
difference.
game.
Appy had a game.
when he came back on that second half. Even De Silva,
Talon's-
Talon's
mate.
good as well.
He's
Talon,
so
I like
I
Talon.
like what Benji does, where the back end of the first half he puts Talon on
'Cause he's
fatigues
fast.
forwards.
Yeah.
He scores straight off it, and then Appy comes up to close the game.
It's good.
That's good from Benj.
Good system.
Good coaching.
Benji's flying.
Just
Good coaching.
quietly.
Bus is flying.
talking-
How's the bus?
Oh, the bus.
That's what we
Mate,
want to
the
know.
bus is, mate, it's flying.
Is it
It's going
driving?
110.
It's working.
110.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Could
good.
be pushing 115.
Best
down the
defense
highway.
in the comp as well.
Oh, mate.
Who would have thought Tigers second on the ladder with the best defense in the comp?
Good
so
on him.
good.
It's every
It's a
rugby
feel
league
love
moment.
to see it.
It's a
They want to
feel-good
see
moment.
it.
Well
I was
done,
just
Tigers.
going to say, just quietly touching on Appy at hooker.
Yeah.
The New South Wales hooker selection is actually wide open this
It's
year.
up for grabs.
Like Robson has done
He's
almost
been out of
nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, you wonder where his head is
Like
going to the Roosters next
right
year.
now, the most informed New South Wales hooker is probably Wade Egan at the Warriors.
Wade's playing good, eh?
Wade's good. Yeah.
Does he get
Wade's
picked?
playing good.
Probably not.
What about
But
Tommy Starling?
Mate,
He's
how about
going
Connor
all
Watson
right.
play 9?
yeah, maybe.
Pete Mamo? Okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
Pete was
Mate.
good against
Yeah.
Dragons.
Pete, Pete did like almost 60 tackles.
Yeah, he's a machine.
Yeah.
Pete's good.
Plays 80 as well.
Plays 80.
For a small figure, he's done
As a
really
motor.
well.
Good
Yeah.
headache to have.
But yeah, you think it'd be... Or even... You say Connor Watson? Did you mention him?
I said Connor Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Connor, if he's in form. coming
But
into
let's
it.
get to the listener questions, Jim.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
let's finish off the pod. Listener questions. First one at Ethan041. Should Lockie Galvin go to the Dragons and why not? Wouldn't be the worst signing.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's just more like if you're
They've got
Galvin,
cash?
are you leaving Tigers for the Dragons? Probably not. I
They
think
got
if you-
cash?
maybe. Like, I mean, they sign every free agent on the market.
Mm.
So I don't know how much cash they got left.
Where do you see Galvin going?
I don't see him going anywhere. I think he stays at Tigers.
Yeah, I'd love to see him stay at Tigers
I mean, if he,
and build something there with Benj.
I don't know what his contract situation is 100%, but if he's leaving, maybe I see him going to the Roosters just
Oh.
for a war chest.
Man, I'm worried about like the stuff his manager is saying, like get the checkbook ready.
But
and
his
stuff,
manager's
like,
also doing his due diligence
yeah,
to
Yeah,
get
manager's-
Galvin the best
The
deal.
manager's
He wants to get
obviously
him
doing
paid.
his job,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
doing it well. But like the fact that like the manager scares me. Like if I'm a Tigers fan, I'm scared because if some club throws in like 1.1 and Tigers can't offer that,
Yeah.
or don't want to offer it, he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes to Para.
Like he's a young kid, he's 19. Like the money's gonna talk. So I'm very worried if I'm a Tigers fan. You got to lock him up. He's a freak.
Just going off when we had him on the pod, he seems very win orientated. And if Tigers keep showing that they have potential to do something special,
Yeah.
especially with all the new signings, Luai, Terrell, Taruva, like we've touched on them, right? If they can keep showing that they've got something special in their arsenal and they can build in years to come, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Penrith.
And Tigers would be stupid to let him go.
Just the fact there's so many rumors that are like Galvin's gonna leave, Galvin's this, Galvin's
Yeah.
that.
But,
Like,
but
there's so much.
who's
like,
doing these?
yeah.
It's not anyone. It's
yeah,
journos.
it's just, so I don't know. I'm hopeful he stays, but
Can't trust journos, mate.
don't know.
All right, next one at Morris.Pantaleone. How do you think Manly feel now about losing Jamie Humphries to South? Probably not good.
Oh, they'd be spewing.
Yeah, I think just like compounding Cherry leaving and the form Humphries is in, it's definitely going to hurt because, you know, who's going to replace him now? They would have had Finu there, Humphries, and now Cherry's gone. It's a big void to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably looking at it going, fuck, I wish we knew this was going to happen earlier and then they could
But then
prepare for it.
They probably didn't know Cherry was going to leave.
That's what
So,
I mean. So you can't win.
It's a tough one.
In saying that, they have a lot of money to offer Humphries. They want him back
Yeah.
because he's off contract. So South better
Get the
their
checkbook
move on.
ready.
South get the checkbook ready for the hottest man in rugby league.
Next one at Alex Mar 94A. Is Manly still in the premiership window after news that DCE is moving in 26? They've
Yeah.
still got a good side.
No, I think they're done.
You reckon this is it? This
Like-
is their window right here.
If you're probably looking at it, do you think they can win the comp this year? What chances would you give them? 20%, 10%?
This year?
This year?
They can win the comp this year.
Like, what chance
Depends
would you
how
give
Cherry
them of beating
responds.
Melbourne and Penrith and Brisbane?
Well, I think they're a good chance to make top 8.
Yep.
So if they make top 4, I'd give them like a 15% chance.
You're getting
Same.
15% with
If they make
Cherry.
top 4?
They lose Cherry. Fuck, they're gone.
They don't make top 4 left.
Gone, bro.
15%. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
I just think it's going to be hard to beat Panthers Storm.
Yeah.
And depends how Sharks and Broncos kick on.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Next one at Preston had 0-1. After the first 3 rounds, any changes to the top 8? To our top 8?
To our top 8?
Who was in my top 8?
Well, I had Parra in it. Got to put my hand up there. That's a
You had Para.
Moses being out was
You're
fucked.
joking.
I told you that for
That was
free.
bad.
I said to you,
Bro.
H, look at what they've lost. They're not making it. You're
Yeah.
like, no.
But like as soon as Moses is out, I wish I could just change
Fuck,
it.
I've got
'cause, like,
Cowboys in
he's
there.
a key.
Oh, have you looked at your top 8? Let me
I've
see
got
mine.
Cows in
I think
there.
I put Cowboys in mine. Here
I've
we
got
go.
Cows and Chooks in there.
No, I left Cows out. I put a
didn't
ninth.
Put Chooks in.
My worst, going off right now, it's actually really good. Only thing is probably Rabbitohs at 5th. He's probably my worst.
Yeah,
but
that's
since
not
saying that,
great.
still no other realms of possibility.
Okay.
Should we just
Yeah.
say our top 8 quickly, just to recap?
I think Rabbits and Eels sort of cooked mine.
Oh,
So mine-
mate, you're done.
The injuries, Moses, Latrell.
You're done.
Like,
Mine is Storm, Broncos, Panthers, Sharks. That's my top 4. Nothing too bad there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rabbitohs, Seagulls, Bulldogs, Roosters.
Okay, so what's your changes?
No changes. That's my.
Yeah, but would you do changes now? Knowing what's happened?
Maybe Roosters probably don't make it, and you could probably put someone like Titans or Tigers
I'd
if you wanted to go for
I'd probably
something.
swap Parra for Dogs.
Yeah.
Or maybe Knights.
I'll probably take
Or
out Cows.
Tigers there as well.
I'll take out Cows and put in the Tigers.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Roosters sneak in.
Yeah.
Still.
You reckon Roosters sneak in?
Yeah. I think when Sammy War comes back, that'll be fun.
They got to
Yeah.
win these 50-50s. Like this
Yeah, I
week.
think so. Yeah, if they lose to like
Yeah.
Titans this week, it hurts.
They got to be winning these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
good. Last one for this week at Ali_Bird2323. What footy player is appearing next on the pod? Do we know?
Ooh, that is a good question. There's a
don't
few
know.
lined up. Like we're in talks with a few.
We're in talk-
It's
we-
sort of just like when do we want to get them on?
It's hard though.
The
during
hard part
season.
is, yeah, because
During
during the
the
season,
season.
their schedules are pretty rampant, and then,
Yeah.
like, just trying to get them
Like, training's
geographically here,
intense.
Yeah.
it's sometimes tough.
Yeah, but like I feel like there's one coming.
Guests are good, and they're like, but they're not the be all and end all.
It is pretty mad having people on.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
crazy.
know, it's just an
experience.
NRL player sitting on the couch, and you're sort of like, okay, this is sick. But yeah, stay tuned. There will be some coming,
Yeah.
but we're not going to spoil anything right now. But yeah,
about it, mate.
that'll do us.
Yep.
That's all from me.
That's all from me.
That's all from me.
Have
See
a
you
good
guys.
week, guys. See ya.